A massive water project and a mayor fighting to keep her job. Why today is a historic day at Corpus Christi City Hall.
And mosquito spraying continues today in Nueces County. We have the exact routes and what you need to know to keep your pets and garden safe.
Plus, the Spurs are heading to the NBA Finals. Hear from guard De'Aaron Fox ahead of tomorrow's historic rematch against the Knicks.
Good morning. I'm Stephanie Molina in for Brian Hoffman.
Yes, and I'm Michelle Hoffman. We so appreciate Stephanie for being here today. Let's also check in with meteorologist Stephen Jones. He has a look at our forecast. Hey, good morning, Stephen. What is happening?
Well, good morning, you guys. You know, it's a pretty good Tuesday as we're kicking it off so far. Not quite jacket worthy out there. Some of our communities still in the 80s as we're waking up along the coast. Most of us in the 70s, and as we go through the rest of the day, we might even have a couple of those spotty showers back on our hands, maybe even a storm or two into the thunderstorm into the afternoon, I should say, but most of us probably going to be staying dry for our Tuesday. Here's a view from our Sunset Island cam, courtesy of Matthews CCAC. You can see that blanket of cloud cover overhead, closer to the 80-degree mark here by the Laguna Madre, but temperatures across the board waking up in those 70s and 80s so far this morning. In Mathis, waking up to that 78-degree mark out there right now, 77 out in Robstown as we're getting there, 75 in Beeville, with the warm spot going to be Rockport and Port Aransas sitting at 81 degrees. Now, in terms of that fog, we've seen a little bit this morning. 1.7 miles of visibility to the south in Falfurrias. Kingsville sitting at 1.5 miles, so not too dense right now at least, but if you do find yourself with any of those reductions in visibility, of course, give yourself a little extra caution out there. Through the rest of the day, we're going to see plenty of sunshine into the afternoon, 87 degrees by that 1 p.m. hour, topping out about 90 degrees on my forecast here in Corpus Christi, and like we talked about, could see a few spotty showers and even a storm or two into the afternoon. In terms of those forecast highs, trying to chase the low to mid 90s as you work your way from Corpus Christi inland, and going to be feeling even warmer than that when you take into account the humidity values. But let's get you ready for your Tuesday morning as we're looking at that traffic flow map. So far, it's been pretty good out there. Haven't been tracking any of those major slowdowns. If you're hitting the Harbor Bridge to and from Portland, looking at that good and green color flow, and more of the same for our Calallen and Robstown commuters, looking good on 37 and 44 with just some minor slowdowns as you get closer into downtown. For our major thoroughfares here in Corpus Christi, Ocean Drive, SBID, and Saratoga all looking pretty good and green this morning, so that's meaning one more detour inland. Good morning to neighbors out there in Alice. On your traffic flow map, no issues to report, so a good and green Tuesday morning, but we'll give you a closer look at that future tracker and the rain chances coming up in our full 7-day forecast.
Hey everyone, I'm Drew Bishop, and June 2nd, 2026 could be one of the most important days in Corpus Christi history. Here's why.
Black sovereignty now! I walked over here with my car.
September 2nd, 2025. That was the last time the Inner Harbor Desalination Project was voted on by City Council. Now, a new Inner Harbor proposal is back with a few things you need to know. For starters, Tuesday's vote isn't about approving the completion of the project. If Tuesday's one reading ordinance is approved, the city would go forward with a $78.6 million contract for the project to be 60% designed. But before we dive into desal, the pretrial hearing to remove Mayor Paulette Guajardo begins at 9 a.m. The mayor's request for an injunction was denied last week by a federal judge, which means we will likely have a trial for the potential removal or impeachment of Guajardo. Don't expect any ruling on Tuesday. What you can expect is an official trial date to be set, along with finalizing witness lists and other key elements.
Drew, thank you so much. The City of Corpus Christi wants to hear from you about the local water supply. Leaders are hosting a series of community water information sessions, so the next meeting is tomorrow evening in District 5. It happens from 6 to 7 at the Police Training Academy on Yorktown Boulevard. You can ask questions and get updates directly from the city manager and water staff.
And while the Nueces County Public Health District will continue to spray for mosquitoes today, spraying will move to the North Beach on Route 6 and on the south side, Route 21 and 22. When spraying takes place, stay indoors when possible and bring your pets inside. Wash homegrown fruits and vegetables before consumption. The city will continue spraying for mosquitoes throughout the week. And let's talk about sports this morning. We're just a day away from the start of the 2026 NBA Finals.
Yeah, that's right. It will be a rematch of the showdown that took place 27 years ago between the San Antonio Spurs and the New York Knicks. The Spurs are coming into the finals after knocking off the top team in the league. It was a tough matchup between the OKC Thunder that went 7 games. San Antonio was down 3 games to 2 and had to win the finals 2 games of the series to advance. Guard De'Aaron Fox says he's looking forward to the excitement of playing in front of Spurs fans.
And me being from Texas, like I've actually gone to a finals game in San Antonio when they were playing Miami, so I've seen what the crowd can be like. I've seen how loud it can get, and just we're continuing to get better every day, and we're trying to bring another championship back to San Antonio. So that's my message.
NBA Finals is tomorrow night. The Spurs have home court advantage in the series. Tip-off from inside the Frost Bank Center is set for 7.
For thousands of children, the last day of school also marks the first day without a guaranteed meal. The latest data from Feeding America shows more than 20,000 children in the Coastal Bend are facing food insecurity. During the school year, many of those children depend on free or reduced price breakfasts and lunches, but when school is out for the summer, that safety net disappears. And that's why local groups and businesses are stepping up to help, including both El Vago Burger and Barbecue locations. Now, you might remember last week, Brian and I told you about their Back to Summer Block Party, an event designed to raise money and collect non-perishable food items for children in need. Now those efforts are turning into direct support. So starting today, children can receive a free lunch, snack, and drink every day this summer from noon until the restaurants close. And we've met the owners before. They tell us this cause is personal. They know what it's like to face hard times, and they want to make sure local kids don't go without. So if you'd like to help, food and cash donations can be dropped off at either El Vago locations throughout the summer.
And the city of Corpus Christi is hosting a litter critter event this weekend to help with your spring cleaning. You can drop off unwanted items this Saturday at W.B. Ray High School on Texan Trail. The event runs from 9 in the morning until 3 in the afternoon. You can also bring confidential documents for free paper shredding from 9 until noon. Just remember, you must unload your own items and commercial hauling is not allowed. A consumer alert for Honda driver this morning. The automaker is recalling nearly 100,000 vehicles because of an airbag problem. A defect in a seat sensor could cause the front passenger airbag to deploy by mistake. Humidity can damage the sensor and cause a short circuit. The recall includes the Accord Hybrid and Acura TLX. The company will contact owners by mail to schedule repairs at a dealership.
Well, folks, it is now 6:07 on your Tuesday morning. Thank you so much for joining us today.
And still ahead, why President Trump is calling talks between the U.S. and Iran boring. Good morning. Thank you for joining us once again. It is June 2nd and it is 6:11 a.m.
I know, right? Stephanie, you should be sleeping right now.
I should. I'm surprised I'm still awake. I'm definitely going to need more coffee.
Thank you for being here, though. And we have the weather to look forward to, hopefully for Steph when she heads out the door.
Ooh, absolutely. You know, I think it's going to be a pretty good day. The only complaint might be a little warm as we're heading out this afternoon. It's going to be feeling closer to that 100-degree mark as we're heading in towards about 3 to 4 p.m. So a toasty Tuesday on our hands, but might see just a little bit of rain relief as we're heading into the afternoon. First, starting us off with a look at that temperature trend over the past 12 hours or so. 84 degrees there by 8 p.m. Then a slow cool down overnight. We've been holding on to those 70s pretty well with the low cloud cover hanging on. About 78 degrees here in Corpus Christi, but here's a look from our Sunset Island cam courtesy of Matthews CCAC. Pretty nice sunrise on our hands. 80 degrees here by the Laguna Madre with winds out of the southeast 8 miles an hour. Some early boaters out on the water and not too bad of a day for it until we head into the afternoon, it looks like, with some of those showers. But temperature-wise across the board right now in those 70s and 80s. 80 on the money in Ingleside and the Naval Air Station. 77 out there in Robstown. That's the same for George West, with Freer sitting at that 76-degree mark so far. For our dog walking forecast, not going to be too bad today, but we've got Lily as our star of the day on the board. She's from Aransas County, says her favorite place to take a walk is over by the Holiday Beach there in Rockport, and temperature-wise shaping up pretty nicely. 84 degrees by 10 a.m. up to 86 as we're heading in towards that noon hour, with winds only out of the east about 5 to 10 miles an hour this morning. In terms of the future tracker, like we talked about, we could see a few spotty showers once again as we're heading into the later morning and afternoon hours. Maybe even a storm or two trying to set up. I wouldn't focus on the exact locations of these, but just more so the trend of it with being very spotty and very scattered activity as it works in. So not all of us going to be getting rain at all times, but keep in mind you could see a quick, maybe even rumble of thunder or downpour as we're heading into the afternoon. This trend continues into tomorrow with that morning cloud cover back to the 70s and maybe a few 80s along the coast. And as we go into the afternoon, getting that sea breeze really going, that's where we see those showers and storms really start to pop up once again into tomorrow afternoon and evening. heading with that trend into Thursday and Friday also. If you do find yourself at the beach today with meteorological summer in full swing now, near 85 degrees for that daytime high with winds also out of the east about 5 to 10 miles an hour. That rip current risk is low, but always remember swim parallel if you do find yourself in there. And high tide should be around 7:56 a.m. this morning. In terms of those forecast highs, chasing 90 degrees here in Corpus Christi, but the feels like temperature, when you take that into account with the humidity we have in our atmosphere, it's going to be feeling closer to that century mark. That's why I'm saying we have a toasty Tuesday on our hands as we're heading out there, but maybe just a little bit of rain relief if we get one of those showers or storms overhead. Now, as we go through the next few days, we're going to be seeing better rain chances into the afternoons, it looks like, with that widely scattered activity. So not going to be numerous showers and thunderstorms where we're all getting a line of rain that's working through the area, but some of us getting just a little bit as we go through each and every day, maybe adding up to a half inch or so as we're heading through the end of the 7-day forecast for us. So in terms of that fishing forecast, here's how it's shaping up through the next few days. I've got the yellow ones on the board just because we're going to be kind of going back and forth between the sunshine and rain. You might be okay, but if you do find yourself under one of those showers or storms setting up, might get just a little bit extra choppy out there and might be not too fun fishing out there in the rain, so something to keep in mind. As we're heading through the rest of the 7-day forecast, we're holding on to the scattered showers and storms as we're heading through the rest of the work week. Even going to hold on to them as we're heading into the weekend, and with plenty of heat to go around. 88 degrees for that daytime high into Friday, 90 by Saturday until the rain finally starts to dry up into next week.
There are some conflicting messages about talks with the U.S. and Iran amid the ongoing conflict.
Now, to clear it all up, Scripps News Group senior congressional correspondent Nathaniel Reed is live for us. Hey, good morning, Nate. We hear President Trump has been very active on social media addressing the ongoing conflict. So what's going on?
Yeah, Michelle and Stephanie, if you've got seatbelts in the anchor desk, I'd advise that you strap in for this one. It has been all over the place for the last 24 hours over the negotiations over ending this ongoing war with Iran. Just yesterday, President Trump told CNBC that talks had grown boring and that he was not necessarily interested in reaching a deal with Iran. A couple hours later, he posted on Truth Social that talks are continuing extremely quickly, moving at a high pace. He then reportedly got quite frustrated with the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu over an ongoing Israeli effort in southern Lebanon against Hezbollah. The president reportedly using quite some colorful language, according to a new report in Axios. He then posted that the two sides had agreed to calm down the fighting. Iran at one point yesterday suggesting that they're walking away from the negotiating table, at least temporarily, while that fighting remains ongoing in southern Lebanon. So at this point, Michelle and Stephanie, it's really not clear where things stand with this ongoing conflict. Again, President Trump has had conflicting messages in recent days about how close the U.S. is to an agreement to end this war. He's repeatedly said he wants the Strait of Hormuz to be reopened. He's floated the possibility of better diplomatic relations between Israel and Iran and other nations in the region as well. At this point, guys, it's really not clear where things stand and whether this war is any closer to ending. What's also not clear, if Iran has returned to the negotiating table just in the past 24 hours or so, the U.S. and Iran trading another volley of strikes on each other, that after reports that this ceasefire still might be holding. A lot more questions than answers, guys, about just what the status is of this ongoing war and a possible a longer-term ceasefire or peace agreement.
Understood, Nate. Well, thank you so much for keeping us informed.
We look forward to speaking with you soon. It's 6:16 and it is on your morning.
Yes, and still ahead, is turmeric really a miracle spice? Why experts say you might want to rethink those pricey supplements. In health news this morning, turmeric is often praised as a miracle spice for inflammation and brain health.
But experts say the hype might be stronger than the science. While lab studies show turmeric has anti-inflammatory properties, your body has a hard time absorbing it. Researchers show it might help with conditions like osteoarthritis, but the results are inconsistent. Scientists say you should not rely on turmeric supplements for medical treatment. Instead, they recommend focusing on a balanced diet. Summer travel season is here, but crowded airports and theme parks can be hotbeds for germs. Infectious disease experts say viruses spread fast when you travel. To stay healthy, wash your hands often and pack hand sanitizer. The CDC says you should pack a travel health kit. It should include medicine, sunscreen, and mask. Check if your destination requires any specific vaccines before you go. And if you are heading outdoors, wear bug spray and check for ticks.
Speaking of ticks, the insects are a growing problem in the Northeast, with Lyme disease still the most common threat. But on Martha's Vineyard, there's another concern: alpha-gal, an allergy to red meat triggered by the Lone Star tick. Officials flagged it last year as well, and the tick population is thriving as summer travel picks up. Health experts say reactions can be serious, even life-threatening, and in some cases happen soon after a bite. Lyme cases remain high across the nation, and the U.S. Health and Human Services Secretary says a new national effort will boost prevention, treatment, and research into tick-borne illnesses.
It is 6:21 on your morning.
And still ahead, heading to the beach anytime soon, what those colorful flags mean for your family's safety in the water.
Now, say hello to your neighbors. This is your Chris 6 News Sunrise Shoutouts.
Hello, Chris 6 Sunrise. I'm Val Perez, head coach of the Firefighters, and I want to wish the Corpus Christi community a good morning. Have a good day.
Good to see Coach Val out there. We hope you have a wonderful day as well. And folks, if you want to send us your own shout out video, all you have to do is scan the QR code on your screen or go to our website, christv.com.
I'm Jada Strayer on Padre Island. The flag behind me isn't just for decoration, it's for safety. I met with beach officials this morning to learn about flag warnings and about rip currents, and then came out here to ask beachgoers what they actually know.
I stumbled across Hunter Ford, who knew about 2 of the colors.
Yeah, so all I really know is that red is usually bad, so there's a bad rip current, so I usually don't get in, and then that purple means like jellyfish or like other poisonous creatures are around the ocean.
But officials say not knowing is far too dangerous.
So a red flag is going to mean dangerous currents, so our water is moving really fast, heavy surf, so the waves are very large. We strongly encourage no beach patrons to go in past their knees on a red flag beach.
It is now 6:25 on your Tuesday morning. Thank you so much for joining us, folks.
And still ahead, rescuers in Laos are desperately searching for 2 men trapped in a flooded cave, the latest setback in the rescue mission.
Tensions are boiling over in Cuba. How new U.S. sanctions are pushing the island nation to its breaking point.
Plus, the Trump administration hits pause on $1 billion payout plan, what this means for a stalled border security bill.
And a massive salmonella recall is expanding to include a popular cheese bread sold at major retailers. We'll tell you what to look out for in your freezer. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Chris 6 Sunrise. Thank you so much for starting your day with us. If you're just joining us, I'm Michelle Hoffman.
And I'm Stephanie Molina in for Brian Hoffman. And you know, it's bright and early, but I still made it to work. That's the important part.
We're so thankful that you're here. Let's check in now with meteorologist Stephen Jones, giving Steph a warm welcome.
Well, welcome, Steph, of course. Happy to have you here and happy that you made it in awake, of course. You know, it's going to be a pretty good Tuesday as we're heading out there. It's going to be pretty warm. It's going to be pretty sunny, but we could even see a couple of spotty showers as we're heading into the afternoon and evening. That could be leading to just a little bit of flooding if you find yourself under the heaviest downpours, but I think most of us are going to be staying dry today. We'll see that on the future tracker. Starting us off with the temperatures, though, we're waking up to those 70s and 80s across the board. 78 degrees out there in Mathis right now. That's going to be the same for Robstown and here in Corpus Christi with a little bit of a warm up along the coast. 80 there in Rockport and the Naval Air Station. Port Aransas coming in at that 81 degree mark so far this morning. Now, in terms of the fog, we've been seeing a little bit of that denser fog out there. Kingsville and Falfurrias both down to a mile of visibility with looks like a little bit denser fog off to just the north of Bee County and Beeville there. Beeville itself sitting with 4 miles of visibility, 3 for both Sinton and Alice. If you do run into any of that fog, of course, just give yourself a little bit of extra caution out there. Should be starting to see that fog dissipate, especially after the sunrise comes up. And then as we're going in towards 9 a.m., 82 degrees, 87 there as we're heading in towards the 1 p.m. hour with plenty of sunshine. Keep in mind, we could see a few of those spotty showers still setting up as we're heading into the later morning and the afternoon, so it might be handy to keep the umbrella on standby as we're heading through the rest of our Tuesday. Wind-wise, only going to be about 5 to 10 miles an hour out of the east, getting a little bit more of a southeasterly component as we're heading into this evening. In terms of those forecast highs as we're heading in through our Tuesday afternoon, chasing 90 for both Sinton and here in Corpus Christi, but as you work your way inland, even more likely to hit those mid-90s once again. And when you take into account our humidity in the atmosphere, those feels like temperatures are going to be chasing the century mark as we're heading into this afternoon. In terms of the rain chances, like we talked about, a few spotty showers are on the board as we're heading into this afternoon, but isolated at best. That starts to increase a little bit as we're heading into tomorrow afternoon, Thursday, Friday, and even into Saturday. So if you're already making those weekend plans, just keep into account that we could be seeing a little bit of rain still around the area for that. But as we're getting you ready for your Tuesday morning, let's go ahead and take a look at those current road maps so far. So far on the traffic flow map, we haven't been tracking any of those major slowdowns, at least luckily. If you're heading on the Harbor Bridge to and from Portland, looking at that good and green color flow as we're heading out there, and that's really the same for our Robstown and Calallen commuters thus far, 37 and 44, both looking at my favorite color on the board this Tuesday morning. So for our major thoroughfares here in Corpus Christi, Ocean Drive, SPID, and Saratoga, no issues to report. Even Crosstown Expressway looking good in green. That means one more detour inland. Good morning to neighbors out there in Alice so far. Looking at your traffic flow map, setting up good in green for our Tuesday morning. So across the board, no issues right now, but we'll take a closer look at that future tracker, of course, and show you what to expect. That's coming up in our full 7-day forecast.
Tensions between the U.S. and Cuba are reaching historic highs as a severe economic crisis grips the island. The Trump administration announced new sanctions on Cuba Monday. The sanctions target Cuban intelligence agencies and officials. This comes after Venezuela cut off its oil supply to Cuba under U.S. pressure. Now the island nation is facing 20-hour blackouts and severe food shortages. Cuban residents say they are desperate for relief.
Los niños están sin comer, sin ir a la escuela, estamos desesperados. Las mujeres estamos ya hemos bajado 20 libras y los nervios muy mal, porque no tenemos cómo sustentar a los niños.
Cuban President Miguel Díaz-Canel says his country poses no threat to the U.S., but he warns any U.S. military action will spark a bloodbath. Meanwhile, the U.S. officials are seeking a federal indictment against former Cuban leader Raúl Castro.
The next round of peace talks between Israel and Lebanon will get underway today. Those talks will take place in Washington, D.C. Terror group Hezbollah is not part of those negotiations. President Donald Trump says Israel and Hezbollah have agreed to dial back the fighting after he spoke with Israeli President Benjamin Netanyahu. Peace talks began back in April. A ceasefire has mostly spared the capital of Beirut of attacks in recent months. Rescuers in Laos are racing against time to find 2 men still trapped in a flooded cave. The men have been stuck since May 12th. Heavy rain caused flash flooding and blocked their exit. 5 others already escaped. Search teams are now scouring the dense jungle for another way inside. They recently found a vertical shaft. However, officials say it's blocked by falling rocks. Early reports of knocking sounds deep inside the cave have also been dismissed.
And while the Trump administration is backing away from a controversial plan to pay people who claim they were unfairly prosecuted, the Justice Department says it will comply with the judge's ruling that blocks $1.8 billion fund. The plan faced fierce pushback from both parties. Critics worried that taxpayers' money could go to the convicted January 6 rioters. Now Democratic lawmakers are introducing legislation to ban the fund for good.
Essentially would abolish this fund. It is not personal to this president and vice president. It would prohibit any future president from doing the same thing.
With the fund paused, Republicans hope to move forward with a separate bill to pay for ICE and Border Patrol.
The sentencing phase is now underway in the trial of a former Waco priest. Last week, the jury found Anthony Odiong guilty on multiple counts of federal sexual assault charges. Prosecutors say the evidence pointed to Odiong fathering a child with an accuser. He served as a Catholic priest at St. Peter's Catholic Student Center in Waco and St. Mary's of the Assumption in West from 2007 to 2012. Odiong faces up to 99 years in prison on the first-degree charge and 20 years each on the other 2 charges. Now we have an update from Frisco, Texas. Yesterday, we told you about twin brothers Austin and Hunter Metcalf. Hunter received Austin's diploma for him because Austin was stabbed to death at a track meet last year. Well, now Austin's accused killer, Carmelo Anthony, is expected to be in court. Jury selection is underway for the high-profile case, and prosecutors say Anthony stabbed 17-year-old Austin Metcalf to death after they got into a fight in the stands. Anthony has pled not guilty and says he was acting in self-defense.
The victim of last Friday's fatal stabbing near an Everhart Road bar has been identified. He's 19-year-old Hugo Briseño. Police say Briseño was involved in a disturbance at the ranch bar just after 1:30 a.m. Friday. The disturbance broke up but started again in a nearby parking lot. Briseño and another man were stabbed during that second disturbance. Hugo Briseño later died at a local hospital. No arrest has been made. Police say the suspect would face a murder charge. Well, check your fridge for a consumer alert this morning. A nationwide salmonella recall is growing to include more popular foods. Champion Foods is recalling Motor City Pizza Company 5 cheese bread. You can find this bread at major stores like Costco, Walmart, and Kroger. The recall is tied to a tainted powdered milk from California Dairies. The affected bread has sell-by dates between February and April of 2027. Federal health officials expect to add more items to the recall list soon.
Well, folks, it is now 6:36 on your Tuesday morning. Before you head out the door, meteorologist Stephen Jones will have a look at your forecast.
And still ahead, hurricane season is here. I'll show you why your standard homeowner's insurance might not be enough to protect your property.
A controversial vote on a new desalination plant is just hours away. How Hillcrest neighbors are preparing for a showdown at City Hall.
A major makeover could be coming to the Flower Bluff Drive. What you need to know about the $23 million project City Council is voting on today.
I'm Jacob Daniels, and summer is officially here, and one Southside business is feeding families for free. Coming up, I'll tell you where they are and where else families can get free food this summer.
Now, 20 minutes of nonstop news, sponsored by Ewald Kubota.
Thank you for being with us. It's a historic day for the Corpus Christi City Council.
Yeah, that's right. They're set to vote today on a controversial desalination plant in the Inner Harbor. For years, people living in the Hillcrest neighborhood have fought against the facility. Residents plan to protest outside City Hall before the vote on a design and build contract. But people living in the area are divided on what should happen next. Some say the city desperately needs the water. Others say their neighborhood is being ignored.
We're crying about we don't have the water, right? And then again, we don't want to desal water. Why not?
A yes vote would say you just come do what you want to do, and it really doesn't matter that I live here.
The NAACP Corpus Christi president is also preparing to speak at today's meeting. We'll continue to follow this story and let you know how the council votes. Also on the agenda for today's meeting is a presentation on the Farfield study. Sphero's environmental group was contracted by the city to do a study on the potential environmental impact of the proposed Inner Harbor desalination project. In December of last year, the Farfield Study Committee was also created to provide input. The committee held its final meeting last week, and some members of the committee told Drew Bishop they feel more time and more studying is needed.
Well, the ongoing water crisis continues to have a negative impact on the city of Corpus Christi's credit rating. Fitch Ratings, one of the world's big three credit rating agencies, today the city that its utility system will be lowered from a AA rating to an A-. The city manager, Peter Zunoni, notified City Council that the downgrade is due to the strain on the city's financial profile caused by the current water supply constraints. Fitch Ratings has told the city that its outlook could be stabilized by the timely execution of numerous water supply capital projects to secure additional water supply.
Well, good Tuesday morning there, Coastal Bend. Taking a look at our almanac data from our Monday, we were right on the money for that daytime high, hitting 90 degrees here over by the International Airport. Shy of that record we set back in 2013, that was 97 degrees. Don't think there was any complaints there. And in terms of our rainfall surplus, we've gone back down below an inch, but just barely. Luckily, we do have some more rain in the forecast as we're heading through the week ahead. But for our Tuesday morning, here's a look from our Sunset Island cam, courtesy of Matthews CCAC. 80 degrees over here by the Laguna Madre. Winds out of the southeast about 5 to 10 miles an hour with a decent amount of cloud cover helping to keep us nice and warm as we're starting off our Tuesday. 70s as you work your way inland though. 78 degrees in Mathis and Robstown and Corpus Christi this morning. San Diego holding on to that 75 degree mark, and that's going to be the same out there in Freer and Duval County so far. Along the coast though, that's where it's a little bit warmer. Port Aransas, the hot spot at 81 degrees so far. For our dog walking forecast today, we've got Lily on the board. She's over there from Aransas County and says her favorite place to go on a walk is is over at the Holiday Beach there in Rockport. And as we're heading out, it's going to be a pretty nice morning for Lily's Walk. 82 degrees by 9 a.m. up to that 86 degree mark as we're heading in towards the lunchtime hour, with winds only out of the east around that 5 to 10 mile an hour mark this morning, maybe 15 miles an hour as we're heading into the afternoon. Now on the future tracker, here's what we're expecting with that daytime heating and the sea breeze in full effect, starting to kick off a few of those more showers and even a thunderstorm or two as we're heading into the afternoon potentially. If you find yourself under that heavier downpour, could see some localized flooding, but I still think the majority of us are going to be staying dry as we go through the day. This is going to be the trend we see through the next couple of days. By tonight, back down into the 70s as we head into 11 p.m. and midnight. By tomorrow morning, though, it's a slow cool down. Still holding on to those 70s with the blanket of cloud cover, and starting a little bit earlier with some of those spotty showers going into tomorrow, becoming a little bit more scattered instead of that isolated activity today. So it starts to become a little bit more common as we go through these next few days. If you do find yourself at the beach today, though, the forecast not looking too bad there either. Just those sunny skies with a few stray showers at times, closer to that 85 degree mark for your daytime high, and winds around 5 to 15 miles an hour out of the east. That low rip current risk is there, but still always want to be mindful of it and swim parallel if you do find yourself caught in one, with high tide coming in about 7:56 a.m. this morning, low tide closer to that 11 p.m. time frame tonight. As we go through the rest of the day, though, one of the big stories is going to be that sunshine and heat index values, and those feels like temperatures going to be closer to the century mark from George West through Corpus Christi, and all of us at least feeling like the upper 90s as we're heading into the afternoon. So hopefully you at least stay hydrated as we're heading through the next few hours and really through the next few days. As we're looking at the rain chances, we could see just a little bit of relief into the afternoon today, dealing with isolated activity, and it starts to increase by tomorrow through each afternoon into the weekend with that widely scattered shower activity and storm activity. Overall, it's not going to amount to a ton, but maybe a good half inch of rain to maybe even 3/4 of an inch of rain, unless you find yourself under the heaviest downpours. In terms of the fishing forecast, that's why I've got the yellows up there on the board. A little bit of caution if you're heading out there, because it's going to be filtering between that sunshine and rain really today, and an increase in a little bit of rain as we head through the next few days. Here's how it's shaping up on that 7-day forecast, holding on to plenty of heat, 88 degrees through the next few days, 90 by Saturday. Luckily, the rain finally starts to dry up as we head into next week.
Thank you, Stephen. Well, the hurricane season is underway, and while you can't predict the weather, you can make sure you're protected. I spoke with experts to see what you should know about your insurance coverage.
A lot of people think I have homeowners insurance, that'll cover me for everything. Well, it gets complicated when you live on the Gulf Coast, because homeowners insurance mainly just covers fire, theft, something hitting your house.
Experts say homeowners often assume they're fully covered, but wind and flood damage requires separate policies.
Flood insurance, it takes 30 days after you buy a policy for the policy to go into effect. And then wind insurance, TWIA doesn't want to sell you a policy if there's a storm in the Gulf.
Renters should also take note, a landlord's policy only covers the building, not personal belongings. Experts say that makes timing and planning key before storms develop.
And it could be as simple as going around your house and taking pictures and videos of everything you own. Open your drawers, open your closets, look in your garage, your outdoor shed.
And if your home is damaged, be careful when hiring someone to make repairs.
Try to get references. You'll see a lot of contractors come from out of town because there's only so many contractors who can handle work after a storm.
Experts recommend backing up photos of your belongings and insurance documents online before a storm hits.
So neighbors who live along Flower Bluff Drive could be seeing some major improvements to that road. Today, the City Council will vote on a resolution to award a $23.2 million contract for reconstruction of Flower Bluff Drive. If council members vote in favor of the resolution, Flower Bluff Drive from Don Patricio Road to Yorktown Boulevard would get a makeover. The project includes new pavements, sidewalks, curbs, gutters, ADA-compliant ramps, new signs, street lighting upgrades, and utility improvements. Work would begin in July with a completion date of October 2029. Money for the project comes from a 2022 street bond proposition.
I'm your neighborhood news reporter, Jacob Daniels, and summer is officially here. And for some Corpus Christi families, providing food can prove to be a challenge, especially when school lets out. But there is hope out there, including one Southside business who's been showing up for a year.
Area school districts like CCISD and Flower Bluff are stepping up to offer students on summer break free breakfast and lunch. Local businesses are also joining the effort. Mandy's Pub and Social is offering free dine-in meals for kids. They're available every Wednesday and Thursday from 5 to 8 p.m.
This is coming strictly out of the pub's pocket. My wife and I have 7 kids, so we know what it is and how expensive it can get to feed a family, especially during summertime when school is out.
Kids can choose from wings, a smash burger, or a new pizza option.
That looks good. Well, starting today, West Oso Independent School District is also providing free nutritious meals this summer. Any kid ages 18 and younger can go to John F. Kennedy Elementary for breakfast from 7 a.m. to 8:30. Lunch is from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Enrolled students up to 21 with disabilities can also get a free meal. West Oso High School is another location, serving breakfast from 7:30 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. Lunch is from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. The free meals are being offered until June 25th and then again from July 7th to July 17th.
And a local mom and her daughters are waking up in their new home this morning. Habitat for Humanity of Corpus Christi held a home dedication and ribbon cutting on Monday. The new house belongs to Brianna Platts and her family. Platts says that she applied for the program twice over the last 10 years and was denied, but she reapplied when the program opened back up. She spent the last 9 months helping build her new home.
Stability, home for them. We get to cherish these moments together in our home. So these are memories that are going to be a lifetime and something that I can pass down to my kids once I'm gone.
Habitat for Humanity continues to look for volunteers to help build more homes for families in the Coastal Bend. And we're just a day away from the start of the 2026 NBA Finals. It will be a rematch of the showdown that took place 27 years ago between the San Antonio Spurs and the New York Knicks. The Spurs are coming into the finals after knocking off the top team in the league. It was a tough matchup between the OKC Thunder that went 7 games. San Antonio was down 3 games to 2 and had to win the final 2 games of the series to advance. Game 1 of the NBA Finals is tomorrow night. The Spurs have one home court advantage in the series. Tip-off from the inside the Frost Bank Center is set for 7.
We're just 9 days away from the World Cup, and in preparation, FIFA has officially opened its International Broadcast Center in Dallas. It will serve as the broadcast hub for the tournament. FIFA's president was on hand to take the tour inside Master Control. The center will operate around the clock, broadcasting all 104 matches, controlling all camera feeds from each of the 16 venues in Mexico, Canada, and the United States. And this will be the home for an expected 3,500 media members from around the globe when matches begin on June 11th, with 48 teams competing. A possible cancer breakthrough for pancreatic cancer. Experts say there may be a treatment that could double survival rates.
And it could potentially be used against other deadly types of cancer too. NBC Ann Thompson has the latest.
It is the drug-giving former Senator Ben Sasse extra time as he lives with pancreatic cancer that's spread.
Tumor volume in my torso is down 76%.
Driven down, he says, by the experimental drug daraxonrasib. A new study shows the pill taken daily doubled survival time for patients with metastatic pancreatic cancer from 6.6 months with chemotherapy to 13.2 months with daraxonrasib. Results that earned a rare standing ovation at the American Society of Clinical Oncology meeting over the weekend. Dr. Brian Wolpin led the research targeting a gene called KRAS. When mutated, it causes cancer cells to grow out of control. Daraxonrasib turns it off.
It stops it, puts it in the off position, and then the cancer can't grow anymore. And that's why it works in patients.
And maybe in more cancers, including colon, ovarian, and non-small cell lung cancer. There are side effects, including the rash on Sasse's face, but it's the benefits that has the drug on the fast track for approval. Debbie Orcutt is still alive, 2 years after her diagnosis of pancreatic cancer that spread to her liver.
This is just a little bump along the way, and I fully intend on fighting it every inch of the way. Good boy.
Savoring each extra day, living with one of the most lethal cancers.
Female pilots from Texas and Oklahoma took to the skies this weekend. They gathered in Gainesville for a special flying event. The gathering was designed by women for women. Organizers want to support female pilots and inspire the next generation. Right now, only about 10% of pilots are women. The pilots say they want to build relationships and encourage others to fly.
Fun to see everybody coming from all over, and we're able to develop relationships, and it's just a great way to support other women.
Organizers say they plan to hold more events like this in the future. They advise anyone interested in flying to find a good flight school. They say surrounding yourself with good instructors will make or break your experience. And they also remind future pilots to study hard and push through any discouragement.
Now, 6 things to know before you go.
Today could be one of the most important days in Corpus Christi history. First, a pretrial hearing to remove Mayor Paulette Guajardo begins this morning. Then City Council will vote on a new proposal for the Inner Harbor Desalination Project. The latest community water information session will take place tomorrow evening in District 5. It happens from 6 to 7 at the Police Training Academy on Yorktown Boulevard. You can ask questions and get